So that's it for the simple grammar I was going to show you, but I want to emphasize again that we've really just scratched the surface. We've just gotten started. Hopefully, though, that's given you an illustration of how we might build up a grammar for English. Let me just mention a few very important things that we've completely missed in this grammar. The grammar completely fails to capture. One very important property in language is what's called agreement. So if we look at these two sentences, we have a subject and we have a verb. And critically in English and many other languages, there's this property where the subject and verb have to agree. So if I have a plural noun, for example, dogs, I have one form of the verb, which is laugh. If I have a singular noun, dog, I have a different form of the verb. So there's some notion of agreement between the noun in the subject and the main verb of the sentence. And the grammar I've just shown you has completely failed to capture that constraint. A second very interesting phenomenon is WH movement, which has led to all kinds of interesting realizations about the structure of language. So here's an example. If I say the dog that the cat liked, liked is a transitive verb, and in some sense there's a gap here which is filled by the dog. The dog is really the object. The dog is the thing that's being liked here. So you can think of the dog as having moved out of this position, or you can think of various other accounts. But there's definitely some kind of hole here which is filled by this phrase earlier. This is called WH movement. Another example of something we've missed, we have active versus passive sentences. We can say the dog saw the cat versus the cat was seen by the dog. And it's really critical to somehow relate these two sentences, identify that they, in some sense, come from the same thing, or they have a very closely related meaning, perhaps even the same meaning. So if you're interested in reading more, I strongly recommend picking up an introductory textbook on syntax and linguistics, and one book I'd highly recommend is this, which gives a very nice introduction to formal grammar and syntax of language.